Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because it's what's on the menu today. It's what everyone's talking about. Let's talk about offensive line versus weapons. Let's talk about it. Let's not run from it. I got lean on my stuff. It is what it is. We're gonna get it off. Let's talk about it. Let's see who jump in here with me. You know what's the goodie? Let me see who's here. Let's see who's here. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? Hit that like button for me if you don't mind. If you don't mind. If you don't mind. Who's in here with me? D Money Motivated. What's good? Kiera Chisholm. What's goody? What's goody? Appreciate you jumping in. Dak owns Philly. Welcome to CFT's house. First, speak to the host. Appreciate you. Hit the like button. Appreciate you. After that, sit back and relax and join the conversation. That's a fact. Dak owns Philly. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Lord Nova was goody. Jameson Taylor was good. Was good. My family's in here. Night Ranger. The Savage Nerd, Michael Clark, my dog, Sin City, Nightmare, was good. Brandon Fife, Big Ray, Big Dow 8604, Alicia D, what's going on? Danny Soriakum, Danny Soriakum. Yeah. Got your name right today. Was goody. Was goody. David Webb was good. Was good. Chunky Keys. Was good. Jay Money, Melvin Baldwin. Got to speak to y'all. Y'all speaking to me. Coming in, hitting the like button, saying what's up. Irv Bain was goody. Camo. Angie the Rebel Chick. What's going on? The one and only Ron the Don Smith. That's a whole sentence. Salute. King G. Brandon Comey. What's good? Chef Pope. Jenna S. King Reno. My dog King Reno being for a minute. Jonathan Martinez, Melvin Baldwin. I think I got you. Fred Allen, Michael Nelson. I think I'm caught up. All 68 of y'all. Hit that like button as y'all come in. How are y'all feeling though? This isn't even connected to the Cowboys. How are y'all feeling? Y'all all right? How y'all feeling today? Y'all good? Lola Cowboys, what's good? I believe I said cartel security is here. Don't talk no damn Eagles bullish. Yeah, tonight ain't a night. I mean, you can come in and talk a little bit. We might let you live. Say something funny. We might let you live. We'll see. Your joke better be good, or Michael Clark ain't having it. You doing great, fashionista? Was good. Don't murk the Eagles quite yet. Let the Eagles talk a little bit. They can put their goofy Eagles in here. It's cool. As long as they don't say nothing crazy. They can put their little doofy emoji. I don't care. It when you let them put their emoji in, it lets me know that they thinking about us, even though it's Super Bowl week. Ain't no way you in here during Super Bowl week. Couldn't be me. If the skies part and the seas part and everything aligns and the Cowboys are able to make it to the Super Bowl, I promise I ain't gonna be thinking about the Eagles. That's just me though. I'm different. Maybe I'm just different. But I appreciate y'all, man. How are y'all feeling? Feeling great, feeling great. Okay, I see that. Cartel, what up? How y'all feeling about this conversation though? How y'all feeling about this whole weapons versus offensive line conference? I can't even say offensive line. I say weapons versus offensive line conversation. That is the hot topic. At least it was on Twitter. I know Twitter ain't the world. Twitter's just Twitter. But on Twitter today it was just, it's coming down to where people getting disrespectful. You know, people telling you, yo, you don't want offensive line, you don't know ball. Wow. You know. And I was talking to my brother DMV about this earlier today. So I got some thoughts on it. Cause shout out to my brother Voch Lombardi. He has his thoughts, and then talking to J Tuck and DMV, we got our thoughts, and all of this is just because people got their favorites, and because social media is so sensationalized, what people do is they want to come out and they want to say the most craziest thing to get their point across, instead of just having a conversation. Why we can't just have a conversation no more? You ever think about that? Be kind to each other. What's good? See that name? Be kind to each other. Why can't we just have a conversation? You know. Let me turn off my phone on ring. You know what I'm saying? It's 94 people in here. I've been in here, 4 minutes? Hit the like button for me. I understand people that want to build the trenches. I get it. It's not lost on me how important offensive line or defensive line is to a football team. I used to play edge rusher in high school. I was a lot thinner back then, but still, obviously I wasn't about nothing 'cause I ain't making nobody's league. But I love defensive football. In high school, you had to play two positions. So I played that and I played tight end. So I don't disrespect the trenches. I got appreciation for them. I played in them. That ain't got nothing to do with what we should be doing. And that's the problem. Everybody has their personal vendettas. Brandon Fife, my dog, $2 super chat. Nah, I'm over old line first picks. I am too. But I'm trying to understand everybody's disposition as we go forward. Because I see, this is what everybody thinks. And I just was listening to Cowboys Connection with Attack on Cowboys. Shout out to LC, shout out to Foots the King, shout out to John Machota, shout out to the legend Long Nation. I was listening to them a little bit before I went live, and I heard an excellent point that was made. Excellent point that was made. I gotta give it to him. AOC said, and John Machota echoed it. Earlier in the 2000s, the 2010s, the Cowboys had Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, and we still didn't make it to where we needed to make it. Now, we only had them all together for a short amount of time, and that time was mainly with Romo, right before he got hurt. And some of it was with Dak as they started to hit their older age when they was healthy. My problem was the Cowboys always was trying to skimp out on things and never really built the team when you had the line. Kind of like what Philly is doing for any Eagles fans that's still watching. Philly built the offensive line and said, okay, now we need to throw the weapons to it. And it's paying dividends. We had all of those linemen and we didn't take advantage of it. So now y'all want to start the cycle again. The beginning piece is Tyler Smith. But now you want to draft lineman after lineman after lineman, trying to get to some mythical place of stability before you draft a weapon. And by the time you get there, your weapons are either old or one of the linemen you drafted in the beginning is getting old. Now you're about to start the cycle over again. So you spend the next 3 to 4 years drafting linemen. Now Tyler Smith been in the league 7 years. Maybe he got back spasms now and he getting hurt. We need to go get another guard. And you start the cycle all over again. I think we need to do something different and shake it up. I have never came in here and said offensive line don't matter though. Why has it got to be either way? Why it got to be so far in the left pendulum or the right pendulum? You ever wonder that? Why does it have to be either or? Why can't it just be, seriously, why can't it just be, I want to better this team? Why does it have to be, I want weapons, so I hate offensive line? Or I want offensive line, so weapons don't matter? Y'all want me to ask y'all a question? Let me ask y'all a question. I like to talk to y'all, not at y'all. All right. What's up, Sadiqa? What's good, Kelvin Hicks? What's good? What do people usually say when we draft offensive line high? You can take a receiver in the third round or the fourth. I know we don't got a fourth round or the fifth round, and you can what? You can draft and develop. Take a running back late. You can draft them and develop them, right? Ain't that what y'all hear? We at what, 65 likes? Let's get it to 100 likes. We at 128 people here. Let me get 34 more likes. Whole lot of draft and develop, right? Why is it okay to draft and develop weapons, but it ain't okay to draft and develop linemen? Lisa Laws was good. Somebody, I really want somebody to answer that for me in the comments. Why is it that we supposed to only get our offensive lineman for the first round. I need somebody to answer that. It's very, very confusing. Voch Lombardi was talking to us earlier on Twitter. We was going back and forth. Shout out to Voch. You know what I'm saying? Keith Murphy, what's good? What up, dog? What's good with you? 199 Super Chat. Appreciate you, Keith. What's good with you? Voch said, I don't trust the Cowboys to draft and develop offensive linemen. Basically, say, I don't trust these people to draft and develop them. My question to Voch, he didn't get a chance to answer, is why you trust them to draft and develop skill positions? Now, we got a whole new coaching staff, so our development might be a little bit different. Better coaching, hopefully, will end up in better play. Because we've had Jalen Tolbert for years. Y'all feel like Jalen Tolbert about to break out next year? Y'all think that he just been holding back? I got this theory with the Cowboys, and it might make some of y'all mad. We 21 likes away from 100. Hit the like button for me. The Cowboys do a lot of self-fulfilling prophecies. If you keep a player around long enough, and early on in his Cowboy tenure, he don't do nothing, but he finally do a little bit of something, you start to tell yourself, oh, he breaking out. He getting better. No, he's not. He's just doing the bare minimum. Kobe J with the 499 Super Chat. Appreciate you. The mock draft I sent you the other day would be a game changer. It absolutely would be. I appreciate you for that 499 Super Chat. You sent me on a joint on Twitter, right? That's why some Cowboys players leave here and people think, oh, they about to be next. And they go other places and they're average. I keep getting told on Twitter that Terrence Williams was T. Will was one of them ones. Terrence Williams was an average receiver. No disrespect. He wasn't legendary. You know who else was pretty average? Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson looked good on the Cowboys, but he was not epic. That's why he couldn't get on the field in Miami. Where all that epicness go? Randall Cobb was older and kind of washed up. Dak Prescott made Randall Cobb look good in his older age. But the Randall Cobb that Aaron Rodgers played with didn't exist anymore. That's why when he left and went to the Texans, average. When he went back with Aaron Rodgers, average. He was older. 154 people here. Appreciate y'all. Cedric Wilson has not been good since he left Dak Prescott. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Not even remotely good. Am I saying that Cedric Wilson didn't have any value? No. My problem is the Cowboys, what we'll do is we will sensationalize somebody that has not done anything but average stuff and try to make them great. I'm guilty of it. Y'all want me to use a more current example? You know who we over sensationalizing right now? Because he made a couple of catches. He just made some catches. Luke Schoonmaker. Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz is super duper average. We mentally want these people to be amazing, but they're not. I'm sorry. They're not. Dalton Schultz was average when he was here. He is a sure-handed tight end. He can catch. He is super duper slow. He has no wiggle. He ain't breaking nothing. 5 to 10 yards and in, Dalton Schultz is a weapon. What is that? 5 to 10 yards and in, that's it? We have done this to ourselves because y'all know how many offensive weapons we've drafted in the first 2 rounds, receiver and running back, in the last 33 years? 5. In 33 years, we've drafted 5 offensive weapons. What the what? That don't sound nuts to y'all? All hit too. Yeah, all of them hit. Glenn White, $2 super chat. Since they all so average, what does it say about Dak? It says that Dak can elevate players, but it doesn't mean that he can elevate them to make them better than like. And I agree with you, Glenn White. It says that Dak can play with lesser talent. But we want, if you can elevate lesser talent to be decent, this is my question to you. If you can make Cobb look decent and Cedric Wilson look decent, what can Dak Prescott do with a real epic squad around him? Because I hear that, the thing I hate to hear people say, well, Dak had CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper. Y'all heard this argument, I'm sure. Dak had CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper, so he should be straight. How many games they play together, Dre Graham? I love that argument because it's so silly. It is front-facing value. It's like when the Philadelphia Eagles fans put up that graphic of Dak had all this and couldn't win, and it's like edge rushers and corners. They played like 7 to 8 games together in total. They didn't even play a full half a season now because the season is 17 games. They played 7 to 8 games together. I can't remember. Y'all seriously think because he had that for 8 games, you can't even win how can you win a championship when you only had them together for 8 games? But Dak had, because people float that graphic out there of them standing next to each other in training camp. Injuries and unfortunate luck, they never played together. It never happened, y'all. They never was on the field together in the playoffs. They never played together like that. I'm sorry. I know in your mind you want to tell yourself Dak had all these glorious. No. And y'all want to know why we didn't have that for longer outside of injury? Because your stupid ass owner traded Amari Cooper for like a 5th round pick. Glenn White with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Let's get real. As much as we love Coop, he died in Oakland, and he has been dead since he left Dallas and Cleveland and Buffalo. I will say this: you are right, Glenn White. Amari Cooper looked best in his career standing next to Dak Prescott. Do anybody want to talk about that? His best years was next to Dak Prescott. Why is that? I mean, it might be over now. No bringing Coop now. Coop old now. He probably still better than what we got. But nobody gives Dak credit for that stuff. And that's fine. I'm not even here to argue the whole Dak makes people better thing. I'm here to argue the fact that why can't he have something like some of these other quarterbacks? Even if you want to say, well, Jerry don't like Amari Cooper, fine, but you never fixed it. You traded him away and never fixed it. You keep giving this man washed up players and being like, yo, make it work. And it's not going to work. Stop. I seen somebody do something funny on the hold on right now. Hold on 1 second. I want to do something. I seen somebody do something funny on Twitter. Right? And they did a mock draft, right? And in the mock draft, they took running back receiver for the entire draft. They thought it was funny. Right? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm adding the link to Twitter. Right? So they took running back and receiver all draft because they wanted to be funny. This will fix the Cowboys because they so butthurt about me wanting to give you weapons. And I had an epiphany. I said, you know what? I think that people that don't want Dak to get premium weapons, those are the people that don't like Dak Prescott. Think about it. Why would you want to give him something so he can look good? Yeah, it makes sense. Now, don't give him no running back. Rico's okay. Don't get nobody better than Jalen Tolbert. No, they're good. So when he doesn't look good, you can be like, well, why can't he elevate these dudes? As I watched Josh Allen run out there with a loaded team, Jalen Hurts got the Avengers on his team. Lions is loaded. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I just don't understand why you wouldn't want him to have weapons. Like, why does that sound like a negative to some people? But I got a point to make though. Listen to this. And y'all let me know if I sound right. 208 people in here. What's good with y'all, man? Hit the like button. Somebody said cheap. Freight train said exactly. Appreciate you. Let me ask y'all this. If you a Dak Prescott hater, and I know they in here, it's about 30 of them in here. It's always they're around. Why not load the team up? Go get that running back and receiver. Maybe sign a. Y'all hear the Cooper Cup rumors, and now there's rumors that Stephon Diggs want to come in. Load it up. Get a veteran receiver, draft one. Load up this team. Get a running back, sign a running back, do whatever, right? And then if he's so bad, like most of y'all think he is, when he fails, there'll be no excuses. And then he'll get the blame that y'all so badly want to give him. Think about it. Load the team. And if he's so bad, when he fails, since y'all think he's so bad, he couldn't even win with talent, then when he fails, you can blame it on him. Oh, we got somebody that then took time. $5 super chat from somebody that named their account Clown Boys. Thank you for the $5 super chat. To help out Dak, fix the old line, draft 2 running backs in the later rounds, play Dak like his rookie year, limit the attempts, run the ball. Run the ball. I'm down with running the ball. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Think about it. What do y'all think of that plan? Load it up. So if it fails, the contract is the problem, man. I'm not doing the contract thing, man. We've done that. I understand if you're mad about his contract, but I'm not going to take a lot of time off of my stream tonight to talk Dak's contract. If you're mad about it, man, you gotta say some prayers tonight and just you got to find a way to get over it. The contract is the contract. Stop thinking that contracts stop people from doing stuff. It don't. Jalen Hurts makes 54 million, and he's surrounded by talent. You're not about to that talent that he's surrounded by ain't $6 million worth. The difference between Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts is like $6 million APY. You're not about to tell me that Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, that old line, um, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith cost an extra $6 million. It ain't his contract. Stop falling for that. Jerry Jones got y'all mentally sick. Stephen Jones. It ain't the contract. No, it's not. It's okay though. Let's let it go. But my point was load it up, and if he fails, you can blame it on him. How many of y'all think that Dak Prescott would fail if you got him a revamped running back room and a legitimate number 2 receiver? Y'all think he just gonna just look terribly crazy? Make it almost impossible for you to bracket CD Lamb. Right now, I'm just saying because people think he can't play football, so he should fail, right? It should not work. Why is that? Well, they're Dak haters. Ain't no Dak haters in here tonight. Dang, it's quiet. Dak haters, y'all. I humbled y'all. $10 super chat from the wordologist. Appreciate you, wordologist. The narrative would change if Dak won games only having to throw 125 yards. The talking heads would say he is being carried. Damn if you don't. Damn if you damn if you do. Damn if you don't. Hey, listen, wordologist. You are absolutely correct. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I don't care though, and that's not to you. That's to them. I don't. Y'all about to be mad if they say Dak being carried. He making all that money. He being carried. You want me to tell you why? I ain't heard shit about Jalen Hurts being carried. They keep telling me he doing his job. He protecting the football. I have the get out of jail Dak being carried free card after I watched what Jalen Hurts did this year. That handoff game strong as hell. Just give it to here you go, Saquon. Ain't no way. I wouldn't take no one seriously next year. No. Not even close. You could try it. Dak being carried. I'm gonna just be like, whatever, dog. I don't care. I want to win games. I don't care. And if I was the Eagles fans, I wouldn't care what we talking about. We just talking trash because we don't like y'all. We gonna talk trash regardless. Get over it. I just don't understand why we can't go get weapons. I don't get it. Jalen Love, Tua, Cousins, Dak, all overpaid. Mm, it's okay, man. It's okay. Love overpaid now, but last year Love was next. The way people flip flop is crazy. Yo, who was the next? Who was the guy that last year that everybody loved? C.J. Stroud. Who's the new C.J. Stroud? Jaden Daniels. This league loved to build you up to tear you down. Now C.J. Stroud didn't. I'm gonna pump the brakes. Okay. Two, let's do the last 3 years. Who was the hot quarterback? 2022. He did make it to the Super Bowl. He lost. He lost. Jalen Hurts was perennial top 5. They even put him in the top 5 in the NFL 100. Love Jalen Hurts. Then it was Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was one of them dudes too. Brock Purdy looked like Joe Montana. He next. And then he came back to earth because his weapons got hurt. It's funny how that works. Like you kind of need other players to look good. Then you had C.J. Stroud. And C.J. Stroud looked regular this year because what? Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs. His weapons got hurt. My dog in here, DMV here? I ain't see DMV popping here. Oh, what's good, DMV? I ain't even see you slide in here. My fault. What's good with you, my dog? This isn't rocket science. I don't like that Phillies in the Super Bowl, but they there because their GM put in some work. CJ had tape on them as well. Well, what you think they're gonna get on Jaden Daniels? Big tape. It happens. So if you can look really great your rookie year and then come back down to earth your second year, wouldn't you think you would give some credit to a guy that somehow is sustained for 8, 9 years? Nah, I wouldn't do that because he wear a star on his helmet. Wouldn't do that. Let's play hypothetical. Let's play hypothetical. The board falls like this. Let's play hypothetical for the draft. All right. Ashton Genty's on the board. Josh Simmons, which seems to be the point today. Josh Simmons, the tackle, offensive tackle out of Ohio State. Mike Green, the edge rushers on the board. So we got defense, offensive line, Ashton Genty. Who y'all taking? Who you think would change this team the most? I'm going to agree with the consensus. I think it would be Ashton Genty, hands down. I think Ashton Genty changes this team the most, easily. You want me to tell you why? One, you just brought in, you just Brian Schottenheimer, his predisposition is he likes to run the ball. And as he said with his own words, I like to run the ball when the other team knows I'm running the ball. You probably would want to give him an excellent running back, right? I don't want to take Josh Simmons because I feel like taking Josh Simmons is throwing Tyler Guyton in the trash. And it's not that I love Tyler Guyton, but a lot of y'all, including myself, loved Tyler Guyton last August. But now that he's taken his rookie lumps, which most people do, now you just want to get rid of him. Do yourself a favor. Search Tyler Guyton, but go back and look at last August when he had some good reps versus Micah Parsons. And he survived that first game versus Myles Garrett. Everybody, including myself, was like, yo, we got one. We got us one. K Living, $10 super chat. It would be nice if management would put a team together similar to what Detroit does for golf. Dak is already better than is already better than a great run game with the play action. We'd win a lot of games, playoffs included. I believe putting a solid team around Dak Prescott, I think we would have definitely have success. No question. Because no quarterback can win without a team around him. I've seen plenty of games where, as great as Patrick Mahomes is, Chris Jones brings it home. Isaiah Pacheco breaks a long run. Travis Kelce makes an excellent catch. Juju Smith-Schuster makes an excellent catch. You can't do nothing without help. $10 super chat from Dark Knight. Appreciate you. Thank you. I think we're going to surprise everyone by getting a running back and receiver. Receiver in that order for the draft. Genty and Bond or Golden. I don't think Golden gonna be there, but Golden is amazing. Out of Texas, I like Golden. Then Royal or Jalen Royals, I like him. Tez Johnson, I like him. That would mess up the NFL. I know. I think that would surprise a lot of people too. I think that the Jones family are going to participate in free agency this year, but that's another live stream. I really do. I don't think they're going to go day one free agency, but I do think we're going to participate. Like last year, we just set it out and got Kendricks. Steele is another problem. Is Steele a problem though? Terrence Steele looked bad when he was next to somebody that was injured. Terrence Steele looked good the whole back half of the year. Ask yourself this question. For the last 7, 8 games after Dak got hurt, because Dak dealt with injured Zach Martin, right? After Dak got hurt and Zach Martin went down and shut it down, you ain't hear Terrence Steele name called for nothing. And Terrence Steele is a great what? What's his best attribute? He is a great run blocker. Might not be the greatest at pass pro, but with Clayton Adams as our new OC, running this position, Brian Schottenheimer running this position. I can't wait to see who our offensive line coach is. I don't think it's going to be Mike Solari because they had announced it already. If we were bringing back Mike Solari, they would have announced it already. So it's not Mike Solari. I can't wait to see who it's going to be. Thank y'all too for the $10 super chats. LT Ray with a $1.99 super chat. I have a feeling the Cowboys will shock the NFL. I want to say that, but I want to build brick by brick, LT Ray. So I agree with you. I want them to, and I'm not mad at your feeling. DMV, how many first round picks projects do we need? I feel you, DMV. I don't want no more projects neither. Oh, and I seen that. My fault. I missed the other comment too, bro. It's this simple. Running back is a position that hits the ground running easier than any other position. They do. If we want another tackle, it means that we could draft another player that could have a learning curve. That's a fact. That's a fact. DMV, this is my point too. Think about this. What if you take Simmons this year and then Tyler Guyton don't look good next year, so you push him off the bridge? Now we taking tackle again next year. But what if one of those tackles don't look good? What if Simmons comes back and that ACL ain't right? Oh, we got a Dark Knight just joined the family. Shout out to Dark Knight, man. Give Dark Knight some love, man. Tell Dark Knight welcome to the family. New channel member. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the family, bro. Welcome to the cartel. You can start a stupid cycle. But why we don't never have that thought process with running back or receiver? I'm just wondering. We almost got 300 people in here, man. Hit 22 people with that like button. Last 22 people, it's 281 people in here. 22 people with the like button. Let's get it to 200 likes. The last time we drafted a receiver in the first or second round was 2020. It was the same year as the pandemic. That don't sound nuts to you? It's been a half decade. We haven't drafted a premium weapon in over a half decade. The last time we drafted a really good running back was 2016. That's 9 years ago. Matt Mann with the $5 super chat. Trade back, get Golden or Marion Hampton in a second. See, let me say this though, and that sounds phenomenal because I love Marion Hampton and I like Golden a lot. Thank you for that $5 super chat. You know why I worry about with trading back and assuming a player's there? First of all, hold on. DJ Sanchez wanted to make a point. Let me make this point really good, quick, and I'm a DJ Sanchez threw them ducats in there. He want umbrellas in the chat. He don't want fire, but we're gonna talk about it. Hold on. Anything over 50 is umbrellas. Wow. If you trade back and you lose your player, now you short. Now we in the third round and we scrambling. Because if someone takes Hampton and Caleb Johnson and it gets slim pickings, because I think the running back's going to go early this year because everybody sees Saquon Barkley, King Henry, and all of the James Cook, all of these running backs doing damage. Everybody want to go get them one. Running back's going to go early this year. So if we miss out in the second round, now we scrambling. I don't want to play those games this year. If Ashton Genty's on the board, you take him. If he's gone, you deal with what you deal with and you roll with the best player available. You know what I'm saying? But if Genty's there, you don't play with it. Now, $65 super chat from my dog DJ Sand. Appreciate you, bro. Rome, I hope the front office makes serious strides in free agency. This by hold on. This free agency by just participating. I want them to look, and thank you for that $65 super chat, man. Really, I appreciate you. That's super dope. And thank y'all for showing them some love in the chat. DJ saying, I think this. I think if we just go out there with a plan, we'll be great. We need a veteran corner while Diggs is getting healthy. Right? We can draft one. It's my same plan from before, y'all. Draft one, buy one. Sign a veteran corner, draft a corner. Right? I want you to draft 2 running backs. You don't got to buy one. You can just draft 2 running backs. One late round running back, one early running back. Right? Sign a DT, draft a DT. Sign 2 DTs, draft one. So the young one can develop with Mozzie and the 2 veterans can handle their business. It's simple. Sign a veteran linebacker so that the veteran linebacker can hold space while Demarion Overshown is getting healthy. And remember, you got edge rush help coming back. You do. Rome, the real question is, at what point did Guyton stop the work with Duke Manyweather, the O-line coach? I don't know, man. But they said that Guyton, I kept hearing from Brian Broaddus that Guyton had a lot of immaturity issues. And that's possible. You get drafted by Dallas Cowboys, you probably a star around the city, you young, you probably do have some immaturity issues. They should fix that. I just ain't ready to give up on the kid yet. I'm not. I want some players that can make plays out of nothing. How many players on this team can make a play out of nothing? You ever see like one of these players? You ever see like Brock Purdy have a dump off play to Christian McCaffrey? He break that shit for 60 yards. Jalen Hurts throw a swing pass to Saquon Barkley. He break that shit for 70 yards. We only have CeeDee Lamb. I can't even say Kevontae Turpin because he's never been schemed really to do that. He did later in the year when we was tanking. Turpin, he still got to do it when the game counts. I haven't seen Turpin do it when the game counts. So I'm out on him. Rico don't have a running play over 30 yards. That's not even hate. That's real. Rico Dowdle does not have a running play over 30 yards. That don't even sound right. He started most of the year. And I got a question. If Josh Simmons is coming off an ACL, why is everybody so confident that he gonna be good? But when I bring up Sam Williams, people act like I'm crazy. He coming off an ACL. Ain't that the same injury? I heard people say earlier, well, if Dr. Cooper looks at Josh Simmons and says he's good, we good to go. Who you think did Sam Williams surgery? I don't want Simmons. I'm just saying, Dr. Cooper did his surgery. Glenn White, Genty is the running back with excuse me. Excuse me. Wow. Hold on, a little water. Genty is a running back and a receiver. He's the pick if he's there. I agree, Glenn White. Sorry, I got choked up a little bit. Sammy, your mammy with the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, dog. There's some fire in there for my dog, Sammy. Cowboys need a tight end that can run block. We have a tight end. We have a tight end. Jake Ferguson is a decent tight end. I want him to be better. But you know why Jake Ferguson looked a little bit average last year? We lost a player that can make Jake Ferguson look good. Jake Ferguson looked like a different player when he had a whole season with Dak Prescott. People were saying he's an up-and-coming receiver. Then he played most of this year with Cooper Rush, and everybody's like, I don't know about Jake Ferguson. That's not a coincidence. Cooper Rush can't throw the seam pass. If you don't think that quarterbacks can elevate some talent, they can. But I'm tired of Dak elevating okay, mediocre talent to good. I want to take some good talent, and Dak can make them look great. That's why Amari Cooper under Dak Prescott looked phenomenal. 1,500 yards, phenomenal. Because he can make good to great. He can also make mediocre look good. I'm standing on that. CeeDee Lamb under Dak Prescott had how many yards last year? And 14 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb had what, 1,700 yards last year? First team All-Pro, 14 touchdowns. Good to great. Think about it. But don't you want to stop making your 1,700-yard receiver do it by himself? Don't you want to give him some help? If CeeDee Lamb can get 1,700 yards when everyone knows the ball is going to him, what you think he can do when everybody can't just double him? You want me to tell you what it looks like? It looks like Saquon Barkley on the Giants When everybody knows he's getting the ball and he's fighting for his life, then he goes to the Eagles, and there's so many goddamn players you can't just focus on him, and then he run for $2,000. This ain't rocket science. Put some players around, and it's hard to cover everybody. $10 super chat for Stargirl. First of all, Stargirl, what's good? I ain't seen you since '88. Hey, Rome. Hey, chat. Been a minute. It has been a minute. But I came back to say, hey, I hope the family is good. The family is great. I appreciate you. Baby girl just had a birthday the other day. Thank you for the $10 super chat. You got to come back to us. I know you ain't rocking with the Cowboys right now. It's okay, though. We here. We here. So I think the general consensus is we taking Genty. I think as much as I want, it's only one receiver I'm taking over Genty. Thank you again for that super chat, Star Girl. It's only one receiver I'm taking over Genty. I won't lose no sleep of taking him over Genty. I don't think he's falling us. I don't see it. If Ted McMillan falls to 12, I'm taking him. If we're somehow, I'm not taking Luther Burden over Genty. That's my weapon order. Ted McMillan's the best weapon in the draft to me. I think Genty's right below him, and I think Luther Burden, I think he would be third. I don't think I would take Emeka Egbuka over Luther. I like Luther Burden because he's a little Dez Bryant. And I think our offense is missing that. Luther Burden is a firecracker. Like he got an attitude problem. He's Steve Smith. I'm taking Luther Burden, no question. But if it falls right, I don't know. I will say this though. Y'all want to hear some good news? This is good news. I bring good news. Another quarterback is creeping into the top 10. It's a whole lot of propaganda out there happening. You got Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, and I've been hearing all this hype about Jackson Dart. The crazy thing is I was saying I hope we can get Dart in the late rounds earlier because I want to draft a quarterback in like 5th or 6th round. And I do. But we can talk about that another time if you don't get why I do. But I think Jackson Dart might go to the Giants. If Jackson Dart goes and 2 other quarterback goes and we're the 12th pick, that means it's only 8 players between us and glory. I wish I was on Law Joint. Law would have played. I want me some glory, ho. Please, Giants. You hear me, DMV? DJ saying another $20 super chat, man. Y'all throw some fire emojis in there for DJ, man. He didn't draft almost $100 here tonight. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate you, my brother. Seriously. CD Lamb would go off. If past defenses couldn't just focus on him, I would draft 2 receivers in the draft if we can. Now, I want 2 running backs. I wouldn't be mad at 2 receivers, but I don't want Dak to go out there thinking it's aired out time. I just want to balance it properly. So I do want 2 running backs. No matter what. Even if we get Genty, I want another running back. I want insurance. We about to be running the rock. But thank you again for that 20, my brother. Appreciate you. We got a good chance of getting Genty and Simmons because they will fall. I'm just saying that's 8 players in front of us. We're the 12th pick. So if 3 quarterbacks go 8 players, and you start naming them off, it's real easy to say we might get somebody to fall to us. Abdul Carter, right? Now it's 7 players. 3 quarterbacks, Abdul Carter. Travis Hunter. That's 5 players, definitively. Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter is going in front of us. So if it's 3 quarterbacks and Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter, right? Now we're down to 6 players before we pick. 6 players before we pick. So you ask yourself, Is a corner gonna go? I'm hearing some corners that might go. Mason Graham's supposed to go. Now we down to like 5 players before we pick. And then you start saying, well, you ain't named Ted McMillan yet. Ted McMillan, Luther Burden, Ashton Genty. Because I just named where we would have 5 picks. It's very possible. Very, very possible that one of them people fall to us. I know it don't seem likely, but it's possible. Brandon Fife, $5 super chat. Genty and a bruiser. That's a fact. Genty and a bruiser. I'm thinking about Jackson out of Jaquaden Jackson out of Arkansas. Apparently he used to play quarterback too. All right, my dog. My dog went ahead and added the 10. He has put $100 in the super chat. Appreciate you, DJ San. You killing it tonight. I don't know what to say, man. Besides, thank you. I agree. I want 2 running backs as well, but that's just wishful thinking. Yeah, I don't think we get 2 running backs and 2 receivers. You know what I'm saying? We might not get 2 running backs. We might get a running back and a re-sign Rico, but we all got our wishes. Thank you again, though. I appreciate you. Jaquaden played quarterback and DeSoto in high school. Yep, my brother Tuck was telling me the other day. That'd be dope to have a running back with quarterback weapon as a with trick plays and stuff like that. Quashawn Junkins and Brashard Smith. I'm down. But think about it. One of those players fall to you. I just told y'all how one of these players can fall to us. And y'all gonna just take Simmons no matter what? Think about it. One of these dope players fall to us, and y'all gonna just take Simmons no matter what. Like, I'm taking a lineman. I don't care. I'm just taking a lineman. That's what we doing? I can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I feel like we brought Clayton Adams in. We signed Schottenheimer because we want to run the ball. Why would you, if you go to the car dealership and it's Benzes out there and Teslas and I don't know what's Infinities and what are the great cars? I ain't a car guy. And you be like, yo, give me that '09 Accord. Like what? Like what? You see that? Give me that 2012 Kia. You don't want this Benz? Nah. Let me get that Kia right there. What? Like, yo, we got the perfect Lamborghini for you. Nah. Who mountain bike is that? You want a mountain bike? Yeah, let me get the mountain bike. Yo, it's right here. Nah, I'm cool. How can you look at Genty and be like, nah, let's go back, get something else. Get me that 03 Camry. What? And then we going to be sick. Genty gets drafted by the 49ers and go crazy. And then, the 49ers got vision. They drafted Genty even though they got Christian McCaffrey. And everybody going to praise them. And I'm be pissed. Whenever other teams make those type of choices, they get praised. But the Cowboys got to draft O-line every year. I'm not going. Yeah, DJ Sam been showing out, man. I really appreciate you, bro. Seriously, I ain't gonna cap. Angie the Rebel Chick said we be drafting food trucks. Yeah, it's a Benz in front of you, and you want to draft a food truck. That is the perfect analogy. It is a 2024 Mercedes SL whatever class, and you want to draft a goddamn food truck with a recovering. I'm not going. One of them players gonna fall to us, y'all. This is one thing I agree with Voch on that makes all the sense in the world. People suck at drafting. Somebody gonna make a mistake. Somebody's gonna take a linebacker above us or a lineman. I didn't even mention. Notice when I said all those players, I did not mention any linemen. Somebody gonna force take a lineman because guess who need linemen that's in front of us? Need linemen. The 49ers, they need linemen. Caleb Williams don't even got a left tackle. He don't have one. Ron, we appreciate you grinding. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, DJ San. And thank you to everybody else in here. Y'all got me I'm almost at 29,100. I'm 900 away from 30K. We pushing. Now that people saying that, like the Browns might take Genty, the Raiders might take Genty, the Niners might take Genty, the Bears might take Genty. Fine. Then somebody else falls to us. There will be people there that are super great players. But if somebody's stupid enough to say, Ted McMillan just tall, he don't look like he got it, and he falls to us, it's on. I'm not going to be mad with any of those weapons. We must leave this draft with a weapon, though. What Angie said? Oh, hit the like button. Absolutely, hit the like button. Might as well. Voch is in here. Oh, shit. My dog Voch. See? Voch, I ain't even shooting at you. I just gave you props. That's my dog. Voch, I just said you say people suck at drafting. Voch is calling me. Hold on. I'm going to answer this phone. Hold on. Hold on. The great Voch Lombardi just called me. You on live.
Listen, man. Look. You and DMV and Blitz, y'all can't be putting in your titles like this because you're making me feel away when y'all go, boy, who are these people talking about? These crazy people talking offensive line. Y'all got to hear me out, man. Y'all got to understand where I be coming from. Y'all think I'm one of them characters that Travis Hunter's on the board. Nah, we gonna get O-line 5. I'm not that extreme. I'm just simply letting y'all know. I'm simply letting y'all know that all the players you like, other teams like them too. So you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared that tackle number 1 could be drafted at 12, sir. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, first of all, y'all throw some fire emojis. Voch just called me. That is fire. That's first. Show some love to one of the goats.
DMV, man, I be seeing y'all.
DMV in the chat right now laughing.
Crazy people talk about O-line again. I be seeing y'all, man. Like, man, are they talking about me?
No. Let me ask you this question since I got you. I rarely get you. And props to all the good things you've been doing for the nation, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you already know.
But listen, because you already brought it up. We've been talking about Josh Simmons and him being the consensus favorite pick the last day or so.
Yeah.
If you had your pick of a weapon to take, I'm taking offensive line out of it because you said that's not necessarily your disposition this year. Who do you want?
Listen, man, I'm a very reasonable person. If McMillan robbed a Walmart and he falls to 12, then we'll take him at 12.
Okay.
If Ashton falls to 12, we'll take him at 12. You know what I'm saying? I think what happens is once I get to Luther Burden and Emeka Ibuka, that's when I start to, bring parity to the.
That's the line of demarcation right there. Okay.
Some guys are just bona fide, right? Like, some guys like, look, we shouldn't even be talking about this, but I don't think they're gonna be there. So what I'm saying is, the Cowboys may be looking at Burden, who's wide receiver 3 to a lot of people. I think he's wide receiver 3 on my board.
Yeah.
Let me just look on my board real fast, and I'll let you know.
Golden creeping up, but we'll talk about that another time.
Okay, so McMillan is 1, Burden is 2, Golden is 3, and Ibuka is 4. I don't have Hunter on my wide receiver board. So what I'm saying is the Cowboys may not think that way. The Cowboys may look at Luther and be like, well, I want route runners. And I would rather have offensive tackle 1, Josh Simmons, over the cat that don't run routes. I don't think that way. I think Luther Burden is fantastic. But I think once you get to that line, I think you got to open it up for conversation. I think Mike Green's another guy like that. I don't want to take edge this early, but I think to consider the idea that the Cowboys might. You know what I'm saying? So we just can't be closed off to people we don't like. I don't like the cornerback from Michigan,
Will Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah, Will
I don't
Johnson.
like I don't like him at all. I don't like Michael Williams at all. But they gonna be in that conversation.
Well,
and them gonna be two people I might cuss about. Go ahead.
I was just talking about. I said earlier. I said, listen, Dart is supposed to be creeping into the top 10 because propaganda. But we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
My thing is this: if he does, it'll be good for us because that means one more player will fall. And if as much as I'm talking weapon, if Mason Graham is staring me at the face and Genty's gone, if Genty there, I don't know. That's a conversation I can have because that's just different. You feel me?
Take him, man. Take the running back. I'm not never.
I don't know. It's certain players like if Ted McMillan's there, I'm drafting Ted McMillan.
Look, here's another thing too. I just want people to just understand that we got more than one draft pick. we got a lot of. We got 10. We ain't got a whole.
That's what I was saying. Why we can't draft line later?
Well, because and look, to be fair, I think this is a fantastic point you brought up. This is how good you are at your job. I don't want to take line later because I don't think line is that good later. See, this is where I am. Voch ain't phony, right? Voch ain't got no crawfish in me. I'm looking at all the running backs. You understand? I'm looking at all the receivers. I'm looking at all the corners. I'm looking at every single linebacker. I only got 3 offensive linemen I would take. Because I don't think that the class
is that bad.
Well, it's not bad, but you got to think about it context wise, right? You may look at an offensive lineman in round 2. Let's just say Connolly from Oregon. I like Connolly from Oregon, but in round 2, the running backs is there. I like at round 2. The wide receivers I like there at round 2. The defensive tackles and the edges I like there at round 2. And I like all those units more than offensive line. The only offensive lineman you'll hear me talking about at round 2 is Booker. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Booker from Alabama. He's a bad boy.
Yeah, I seen a mock where they got us taking him at 12.
That's a lot. But Booker's a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I'll take Booker over a lot of those second round guys, but you won't hear me vouching for Cameron Williams from Texas.
See, this is
I don't think he fits. Go ahead.
My point is this, and I'm with you. I just feel like we're investing in coaches. And I know we over sensationalize everything as the Cowboys fans, and that's what happens. But I feel like Adams, Schottenheimer, and we haven't gotten our offensive line coach. I feel like if it was going to be Solari, they would have announced it already. I feel like if we bring in the proper people, we can actually develop some line because we won't be developing our line. I'm not ready to push Guyton into the trash.
You and DMV get real phony. Develop Jalen Brooks. Develop Tolbert. Develop Turpin. Y'all want to develop all my people. But
I said this to DMV earlier. I'm glad. Now I said this to DMV earlier. I was talking to him on the phone. We just got different dispositions. You offensive line at heart. That's where it come from. I get it. DMV's a running back, like by trade. That's his thing. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna protect the positions we love most. But when you love your position, you like get the premium version of what I like, develop the others. Because you said earlier today, you said you don't trust them to develop linemen. I don't trust them to develop receivers. So we got an impasse.
You ain't wrong. Look, wrong. I would, and then look, just hear me out on this. I would be perfectly happy. Like if I could walk away taking a pick from these 3 units, wide receiver, running back, and D tackle, I would be most happy. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't finna just hear me vouching for offensive line all day. I just think that Josh Simmons is different, right? So when you hear people say, I believe Henny mentioned this earlier, that we've invested so much into the offensive line. I hear what you're saying.
I'm with him on that.
This is where I disagree. And somebody said this in the chat too. Camo says Guyton to be a top 10 pick in this draft. That's false. See, Guyton was offensive tackle 9 for me last year.
Nah, I know. I was on your show arguing with you about it.
I wasn't fooling with Guyton. Guyton was my offensive tackle 9. So don't tell me I'm investing a first round offensive lineman. No, I'm investing tackle 9. Tackle 9 is a dice roll. We don't know.
Y'all can see me? They gonna be like, shut up, Ron.
They say the stream doing weird shit, bro.
It is what it is, bro.
Oh, there you go. Wait. No.
Can you see me on your end?
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's you. You in there. Wait.
People say we good now.
We need some volume. We make sure you're straight.
We back.
I can't hear nothing. Why I can't hear nothing?
We back. Can y'all hear me?
All right, cool. There you go. You good. It's on there.
Man, I was over here fighting demons with Voch on the phone.
Rome would not let me hang the phone up here. Hey, look. I kept trying to go, shit, all right, man.
Voch, that's crazy. Your joint froze. I got to get up out of here.
No, it's all good. Nah, man, like I was saying, though, man, I don't just look at the investment. I look at the dudes, you know?
Yeah.
So Tyler Guyton, you invested him, but that's tackle 9 for me. Josh Simmons is tackle 1. And Camo was saying in the chat or whatever that if Guyton was in this class, he'd be a top 10 pick. I disagree, but if Simmons was in last year's class, that's what I like to do. Yeah. If Simmons was in last year's class, so it would be like it'll be Fashiono, it'll be like Fuaga. After them, I think you got Simmons. Then I'll put Latham and Fauci and some of those other guys. Yep. So if you have an opportunity to draft a top 5 lineman in that lineman class last year, I think it fits in this class to be able to look at that kind of talent and go, okay, bring me that dude. Hell, Guyton might be tackle 9 in this damn class. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not opposed. I said this when I first started. I don't hate offensive linemen. I hate that the pendulum got to be, I want running back and receiver in the first 3 rounds. I just don't care. It's not that. And it also shouldn't be, I want to take Simmons and I also want to take a guard in the 2nd round and another center. Like, it ain't got to be the pendulum so far both ways. It's just, I'm tired of sitting at 4 out there with me at receiver and being mad like, why he can't make Jalen Tolbert play like Devontae Smith? Because he's not Devontae Smith.
I'll tell you what. Don't ask me what I draft Simmons first and Booker in the 2nd, because I'll think about it.
See, don't you bring that evil over here, Ricky Bobby, because we was having a good old argue about weapon stream, and you talking about taking 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah, don't ask me.
You're going to have Kavontae Turpin at your X.
DMV said, as much the Arizona draft in the 1st round offensive line. They got Paris Campbell from Ohio State.
And we got
he wasn't even a better guy. Jones was the better guy, but they did draft the guy. And look, this is a problem, Rome. We are suffering with the idea that we just drafted characters and it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? We just drafted players. If Mozzie and Guyton was good, you wouldn't hear me talking about it. They just ain't good. So I gotta talk about it.
But Voch, you don't think there's no way possible that the lineman could be a bust again?
I have a lot of faith in my evaluation skills.
I ain't mad at you.
Team suck at I think I'm good at this shit. So, especially with the offensive lineman for real. You know what I'm saying? I may not pick all the good ones, but the ones I like tend to be, you know what I'm saying, tend to be cool for the most part. I think Simmons is that dude, man. And I
want everybody to hear this though. Voch, if y'all might have missed it, because he's talking about taking Booker in the 2nd round, so you probably blanked out like me. Voch said he would take Genty if he's there. Don't, because y'all might not have heard that. And that's all I care about. So you're not like diametrically opposed to us. You're just saying if we get wiped out, let's not get crazy and just force take a receiver that don't need to be taken.
I am not unreasonable. I just don't want y'all to be like, yeah, there go Voch again with all that. With all that offensive line talk, he ain't trying to take a wide receiver. I would love to go receiver. I would love to go running back. I just want it all to make sense. But when y'all hear me talk offensive line, I sound like the boogeyman.
You see what Lou said in there? Lou said I didn't hear him say that. He don't even want to hear you say Genty. You know, Lou's take says he offensive line no matter what. He don't care.
Well, fight Lou then. Don't fight.
I'm not gonna. You heard that, Lou? You gotta see me.
I will say this though, we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful because I do think it's a world where Genty might be gone, And I think there's a world where Caleb Johnson from Iowa, who I really like, he might go like 29. And I do think Hampton, who's another running back that I love, he may go like 41.
I think I think if you watch football this year, I'm glad you said that. I said it earlier in the stream. This year has brought back the running back, and there's going to be a run on running backs way before everybody assumed. And this whole trade back, it don't even matter. We'll mess around and we'll be like, please stay there, Henderson. Like, I think Henderson might creep into the first round because recency bias, you see him break them long runs in that game, and people love speed. So it's a thing where we might be looking at Sampson from Tennessee because everybody gone. So you can't play around with running backs this year. You need to get at bare minimum. I feel like this is gonna sound crazy. I feel like we might have more luck with receiver. I think running back might replace receiver because people are seeing everyone have success with running backs again. And they're gonna want to go get their version of it. Yeah, so you're right. If we play around Hampton, Johnson, Henderson, and we'll be like, oh, damn. So yeah, now we gotta take serious consideration. I'm not saying take Amarion Hampton at 12. Yeah. But if we do trade back, we need to be trading back with the intention to take a back and not play that game.
Hey man, I'm gonna just say one more thing about you, and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna just call
I ain't gonna hold you up this time. Go ahead and get you.
I'm just gonna call you phony one time to leave, man.
Yeah, I go ahead.
Because you dropped that little graphic on the socials with the 6 players in it. You got Deuce and Mingo and
that's real.
Lipley and Tobin and all that. And I'm like, man, this is why I'm wrong phony.
What I do?
Why don't you put CD in the picture?
Nah, because that is.
Why don't you put Ferguson in the picture?
Because if you look at the graph, you gotta look at the words. I said running back or receiver in my original post, right? In the original graphic, not when it got reposted everywhere. So I didn't do tight end. And I got love for Ferguson, but he looked real different without 4. As far as with CD, the whole point is you run a CD out there. That's who CD looking at as his running mates. And if I'm CD Lamb, I'm like, I'm going to. That's why he in Paris now, because he tired of this.
Because he don't want to deal with that.
He like, yo, man, and he got love for them players. But listen, you can't. Tolbert ain't his running mate. No disrespect to Tolbert.
He's not. I agree. But what I'm saying is, we have multiple draft picks, and I think if your graphic looked like, CD, Ferguson, Caleb Johnson, and like Savion Williams or something, that would be a totally different graphic.
Yes.
That would be a totally different graphic than this group of hooligans that you done put up.
Hey, listen, what you say? We going to Sizzler? If I got Savion Williams and Caleb Johnson, if you can promise me that, right, just somehow, and you wanted to take Simmons in the first, I'll shut up. But I don't think that it would fall like that.
That's fair. But yeah, man, I just don't like when you I like when you DMV and Foots be coming out. Like, yeah, I see these people talking about offensive line.
Hey, we gonna stay on you. I ain't gonna lie.
I be on Twitter. Ain't nobody talking about offensive line but me. And y'all be talking about, these people talking offensive line. Who is these?
Professor, look, Professor O was on you too. We was 4 of us.
Man,
Matt don't want no problems.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you for having me on and all that.
Man, y'all show some love to Voch Lombardi in the chat. Thank you, bro. For real.
Salute, man. Shouts out to DMV. Shouts out to everybody there. Shouts out to Edgy and all that. Y'all be cool.
All right, bro. Peace. Hey, y'all, I don't usually do that, but Voch don't usually just call me randomly. Y'all saw a little bit behind the scenes. Because yes, I do text Voch from time to time and ask him questions, and me and DMV and Tuck got our group chat and stuff like that, so we be talking. But and I'll be talking to Foots too. That's the behind the scenes. I bother y'all goats behind the scenes. Don't trip. I'll text Foots or Voch or Sky or Boss like DMV and them. I bother them all the time, but I hit everybody up. Only person I ain't bothered that much is Okoye, but I've hit Okoye up too. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate Voch jumping in here, man, because it's a discussion that's been had that you know what I'm saying, needed to be had verbally. Because he right, me and DMV been on his body all day. Pause. Bother him all day. Just because we ain't like, what he was saying. So Voch said, I'm tired of this shit. I'm about to call in. Voch said, I gotta get this off. I gotta go grab some of them clips and put them on Twitter. That was epic. And you know what? Can I show y'all some love real quick too? Real quick. Somebody said big pause. Yeah, on his body was crazy work. I apologize for that. But seriously, man, love to y'all in the chat, man. I lost the stream for like 2-3 minutes, and I'm in here refreshing and trying to get it back up, and y'all ain't even leave. So thank y'all. Y'all didn't even leave. That was super dope. Straight up. Y'all could have dipped. Y'all just stuck around. Cartel is strong here. DMV said, Voch called and said, hey, man, I like weapons too. He did. I like that he got a chance. When you arguing on Twitter, people take you out of context. It's good to hear him say, yeah, I take Genty. Yeah, I take Tet. And he even said he'd take Burden. But he said at round Burden, he starts considering Josh Emmons. I think that's fair. It ain't always all or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's super fair. We Dallas fans, we got to stick together. Lou, you can't just be only old lineman, bro. You got to have some give and take. You can't be in the war room, in the draft room like only old lineman or nothing. They're going to kick you out. Get out, Lou. Nah, but I appreciate y'all, man. That was super dope. You want to see Rome versus Lou? Hey, man, I'll get in there. Me and Lou need to do a show anyway. That's my dog. We going to just argue because he's not going to want to move off offensive lineman. We're going to just argue for an hour. Maybe we should bring Lou on cover 3. We overdue for a cover 3, so we got to get y'all to cover 3. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can sneak a cover. Well, this is the problem. Jay Tuck is at the Super Bowl. But we need to do it. We need to sneak a cover 3, even if it's next week. We gonna put Lou in a blender. He gonna come there with that offensive line talk. We gonna have to chop you up. $5 super chat. If the Cowboys were to trade back to go get extra pick in the 3rd round or the 4th round and still get Genty, would that be a win? Absolutely. But I don't even know how that's possible. I don't think Genty going. I'm worried about Genty making it to us. But if that happened, that's amazing. That would be amazing, Revon. I forgot to say your name. I apologize. $5 super chat from Revin SO87. And thank you for that super chat. I just want to load the clip. But y'all see, like, listen, when Voch called, I wanted to have a conversation with him. I made this point on Twitter earlier. When you on Twitter, if someone don't like what you say, the first thing you say is you goofy. That's stupid. Cornball, clown. And then there's no more conversation because you feel disrespected. And you done talking. I respect Voch, first of all, as a man. And you know what I'm saying? Voch showed me mad love. Oh, Voch still in here. We talking. So when Voch calls, some people might want me to be like, yo, man, F that. Weapons over everything. Nah, I want to tap in. He called me. I wanted to ask him some questions and hear his feedback. You got to know how to sometimes, as Jerry said last week, you got to show some deference and just let somebody else speak. Voch is a great football mind. You got to let him talk and see what he's talking about. And you can learn something. And vice versa. So, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to just listen to him because I know how people is. Your room, you was all hyped. Hell yeah, but Voch don't call me every day. So I had to be like, what's good? Like, I got to hear what's going on. Somebody said rent due, Vinny. Voch everywhere. The rent is due is hilarious. Hey, man. I appreciate it. But I bet you we can all agree on this. I'll wrap the show up with this. Because the brother got work tomorrow. I still got that 9 to 5. We can all agree on this. And if Voch is still in here, I bet you he'll agree. DMV was saying it earlier. I think we all been saying it. It don't matter what we do. Let me read the super chat real quick. So make sure I don't miss Glenn White. Glenn White, $5 super chat. Rome, don't forget combine going to mess up draft boards. Soon as some of them guys run a 4.5 or 1.6 cone drill, they're going to top 10 picks. It's true. Things is going to shift around really quickly. You're right. That's a great point, Glenn White. Thank you for that $5 super chat. I wanted to say this really quickly. We can argue over draft boards all we want to, but if we want the Cowboys to have success, they're going to have to participate in free agency. We can have the coaching dream team, and we can have a perfect draft. But this is a year where we can't draft our way out of this. We have to participate in free agency. I'm not saying that we're going to get Myles Garrett or no lofty, humongous free agent. I'm talking about getting some veteran D tackles that are like decent, maybe getting a veteran linebacker and a veteran corner. Like nothing too crazy, but doable free agency. Kind of like the level of what Kendricks was. We need like 4 or 5 of those. And then we can really talk. A good draft and like 4 or 5 decent free agents, we're going to be decent. But if they are not willing to move on the free agency part, we're going to be just frustrated again. Now, I know Voch agree with that. We got to participate in free agency a little bit. Like, I ain't going to come here and tell y'all, yo, man, we're going to get, like, the Myles Garrett thing sounds amazing. But I don't even want to lie to y'all and get y'all hyped for that. I just don't. But if we can go get some good veteran, like, you know, if Payne from Washington is a free agent or somebody like that, like some veteran D tackles that know how to play, I would love 2 of them. A veteran linebacker, which is not that expensive, and a veteran corner, that someone in the ilk of Stephon Gilmore, so that our players like Overshown and Trayvon Diggs can take their time healing up, and we don't got to force them back to training camp, wanting them to be 100%. Myles probably will go to Washington, and I can see it because they got money, and we just got to deal with that because we don't got money. Let me guess, because it's Dak. Nah, but I appreciate y'all. This show was really fun. I lost signal. Voch called in. We had a little argument, but I want y'all to understand this. We had disagreements. Shout out to Billy Sturgis. Shout out to the Qs, man. Rue the Qs. Billy Stiggers. Stiggers or Sturgis? We can disagree. We can argue. We can go back and forth, but ain't nobody get disrespected. I just want to lay that home, man, because people be acting like it's life or death, man. This ain't a gang war. You know what I mean? I got love for y'all, and we'll come back in here and we'll do it again in a day or two. But I just wanted to jump in and do our thing. The best lives is when I can tell you in the group chat that go live. Yeah, bro. I be lazy, yo. Every time DMV, I be like, man, I don't feel like it today. DMV be like, yo, go live, bro. And I do it. DMV, that's the part y'all see. I be lazy, man. I be tired, man. Life be lifing. Sometimes you got to do it. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'm going to hop up off of here and get ready for tomorrow. Hopefully we get our offensive line coach soon. You know what I'm saying? And as news break, I got y'all. Y'all have a good evening. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hit the sub button. We on our way to 30K. I'll holla.